The Canadian men's national soccer team has announced its team for the World Cup. Jesse Marsch has picked 26 players. We'll discuss the picks after this.
And it is their shining star, Alphonso Davies, who scores their first ever goal at a World Cup final.
Welcome to a special episode of the Football Weekly Podcast. I'm your host, Reginald Dino. Like I said in the intro, Jesse Marsch has selected his team for this upcoming World Cup. We'll do this really quickly. There's no really any surprises, maybe one up top. From the day that the announcement was made on the Friday, there has been news come out today that maybe one of the players won't be eligible to come into the World Cup team because of an injury, but we'll discuss that when we get to that selection. So again, I don't see any surprises. There weren't many surprises for me. The only thing that really surprised me is I'm not up on Canadian football as much as I thought I was, but the amount of injuries that we have, it's crazy that people are trying to race to come back from in order to be fit for this World Cup. I knew Promise David was injured. I knew Laryea was injured because of TFC, but and I knew Davies obviously was injured, but there's a bunch of other injuries that I had no idea about. And it's like, I didn't know Shaffelburg was injured. I didn't know Eustáquio was injured. So, I mean, it's going to be, it should be a very good team. Competitive, at least to make it out of the group. It should make it out of the group. Sorry, I'm watching the Arsenal parade on my tablet. So like I said, we'll run through this really quickly. Maybe a couple of snubs that our show would love to see on, especially for one of them being a friend of the show. He interviewed with us maybe 2-3 years ago. That didn't make the team this year. Selfishly, yeah, I would love to have seen him on the team just because he is a friend of the show, but Jesse Marsch thought better. So we'll start here with Dane St. Clair, friend of the show. He interviewed with us maybe 4 years ago, before the last World Cup, I believe it. We had him on the show. Glad that he's made it. Now the only decision is who's going to start out of him and the next goalie that we're going to talk about, who is Maxime Crépeau, who's also made the team. Missed out on the last World Cup, I believe, with a broken leg, just before the World Cup started. I don't get these friendlies before World Cups. I'm looking. Canada plays Uzbekistan, I think tomorrow, and even Ghana, they play Wales, I believe, tomorrow as well. And I don't understand, like, why are you playing friendly so close to the games, to the start of the tournament? I know you want to be sharp and see your team, but I mean, I don't know. And especially playing teams that aren't in the World Cup. They had nothing to lose out there. I don't know, guys. I don't know. But anyways, if you got to stay sharp and that's the only way you have to stay sharp, then I guess that's what you do. So the only question is who one of these two is going to start. Our third goalie is Goodman. I don't expect him to see a lot of playing time, but if he's in the net, then something seriously bad happened to St. Clair or Crépeau. So that rounds up our goalies. We'll take it to the defense right now. Another friend of the show. Again, if you want to watch these episodes where we had Kamal Miller, Alistair Johnston, Dane St. Clair, go to our YouTube channel. The shows are there. The interviews are there. Check them out. No surprise here. One of our best defenders, just coming off a title-winning season with Celtic. So good on him. Are we going to see this guy? I don't know. I really don't know if we're going to see this guy, or if we do, are we going to see his best? I don't know. He's coming off a knee injury, a serious knee injury, came back from that, and then he did a serious hamstring injury. So, I mean, can he start? I don't know. Hamstrings take a while to if you're a football watcher, hamstrings take a while to recover from. I don't know if we're going to see the best of him, even if he is able to participate in this World Cup. You would like to see him since it's in Canada. Well, part of it's in Canada. You would like to see him, especially the first game in Toronto against Bosnia. You would like to see him there, but we play the waiting game, the race for fitness. Waterman made it again, or made the national team. So, I mean, again, guys, no surprises here. I'll be honest with you. I've never heard of this guy. I've never heard of him. He's made the national team. Apparently, he's a really good defender. So we'll see. We'll see what he can bring if he ever steps up to play. I believe the center backs are going to be the normal center backs that we've seen in Cornelius and Bombito, who injured himself but is now available to play as well. So I think this is going to be the center back pairing. It's got to be. The familiarity they have with each other bodes well. So I think this has to be the starting center backs, and then Cornelius. Of course, on one side, you're going to have our boy Richie Laryea, injured in TFC's in one of TFC's games, and again another guy fighting for fitness, but the quality is there. I believe you have to select him and then just hope that he's ready to give his all, just like Alphonso Davies. We've also signed Alfie Jones. Not signed Alfie Jones. We've also selected Alfie Jones to play, and Nico Segura. That rounds out the defense. That rounds out the defense, right? Yeah, that rounds out our defense. I really like this guy, actually, Nico Segura. I believe he's more of a defensive midfielder, but I mean, whenever Jesse Marsch has put him towards maybe a left back or a right back position, he's actually played pretty well. So I like that. I like that selection. Another guy that was injured, Ali Ahmed, he's made the team. Well, actually, let's go back to the defense and see maybe any snubs. Maybe Sam Atakubi didn't make the team this year. We talked about Kamal Miller, friend of the show, didn't make the team this year. Again, I'm not when my team TFC plays, when MLS teams play, I only watch TFC, so I'm not up on what's happening in Vancouver or anywhere else. So I don't know how Kamal Miller was playing. I know he's not playing in Vancouver, but I don't know how he was playing. But Jesse Marsch saw that there was better available selections and chose those. So again, Ali Ahmed made the team. Choinière made the team as well. I like this guy as well in the midfield. He works really, really, really hard. Ismail Kone, of course, has to be on the team. Cool, calm, and collect Kone. Gotta be. Saliba. Nathan Saliba. Yeah, good pick. Again, one of those guys like Choinière runs his socks off and always tries to regain possession for the team. So you need those guys. I don't know how much these guys are going to be playing, but there you go. Of course, Tajon Buchanan on the wing, got to be there. The old head, it looks like now, is Jonathan Osorio. I've watched him play at TFC. I never used to like him, but I've matured, and as he's matured as a player as well, I believe this guy, he should be a starter for us in the midfield. This guy was injured as well. Jacob Shaffelburg. The speed on the wing. You need the speed on the wing to change the dynamic of some of the games that you're playing in. If it calls for something to be exposed on the wing and you need wheels, I think this guy's the guy that you put in. And in the intro, I talked about an injury, and it was this guy, Marcelo Flores. This is the guy that I was waiting to see in the World Cup. And I have a feeling we're not going to see him in the World Cup. I don't want to speculate on the injury, but it's a non-contact knee injury. If you've played any type of sports, non-contact injuries, no bueno. No bueno. So I was looking at some of the still images, and he's grabbing his knee. I don't think so. I don't think we're gonna see him. And again, this was I believe it was a league, it wasn't a Mexico league because he plays for Tigres. It wasn't he was playing for Tigres, but I think it was, I can't remember what it was. CONCACAF, something that Tigres was in. And they said it on Friday. They said, oh, the team's going to be together and all except Marcelo Flores, who has a game on Saturday. And I was just like, oh my God, really? Him? Of all people, has a game on, so okay. And you just hope, okay, maybe, he comes through it unscathed. It's happened 9 times out of 10, you don't get injured. But a non-contact knee injury, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm hoping it's not serious. But from what I saw and what I know about non-contact injuries, I've had a non-contact injury. I was done for almost a year and a half. So I don't know. Hopefully it's not serious, because this is the guy that I really wanted to see. He left Mexico to come play for Canada. He has something to prove, I believe. But in my personal opinion, I don't think we're going to see him this World Cup. And of course, my guy, Eustáquio, definitely has to play. Maybe him and Osorio as the pivots. Depending on the formation you use, if you're going to put 3 in the midfield, I feel it's got to be Eustáquio, Osorio, and Kone. But also depends on the formation, and it also depends on your opponent. So, let's move to the attack really quickly, guys. Really, really, really quick. Oh, any snubs in the midfield? I guess, I don't know, maybe Ralph Prezio. I don't know if that would be a snub. Maybe Jaden Nelson might have been a little bit of a snub. But again, guys, I'll be honest with you, I don't watch the games. If it's not TFC, I'm not watching. And I barely watch TFC as well, because I'm not subscribing to Apple TV. So we'll see. So at the striker position, we have Olawasei. He's made it. I don't think Jesse Marsch was ever going to leave this guy off. I'm not going to say anything about that. A guy I wanted to see is Promise David. He injured himself, and I believe in February. The doctors were saying that this is an injury that, it takes 6, 7, 8 months to come back from. He got injured in February. He was selected to the team in May. It looks like he's back healthy. They showed a little bit of a montage of him and talked to him, and he praised his medical staff that he was able to come back as quickly as he did. Hopefully they're not rushing these guys back to play, but yeah, I mean, this is the guy I wanted to see, big, strong, and can finish. This is the guy we've kind of been missing at up top for a while. Finally, the last two. Of course, Kyle Laryea, playing in the championship in England for Southampton, playing for Southampton. Yeah, I mean, how can you not leave him off? You have to leave him off, especially with the amount of goals that he scored for the country. Got to take him. And last but not least, of course, the striker from Juve, Jonathan David, makes this team again. Any snubs in the forward line? Maybe Jebison, maybe. He did switch allegiances from England to play in Canada and didn't get selected. I don't know. I know he doesn't play a lot in the EPL. I think he's still at Bournemouth. I've watched a couple of Bournemouth games, more than a couple of Bournemouth games this season, and I didn't see him. So I don't know if he actually is injured or the coach just doesn't select him. So that's our team, guys. That's going to the World Cup, coached by our guy, Jesse Marsch, who I thought was going to be an absolute disaster when he came in. If you listen to previous shows, I was not impressed by the selection or the choice to name him coach. I also didn't think we would get anywhere with him, but he's turned my opinion of him around and changed my expectations of this team. I do believe that the next proper stepping stone for this club is to make the second round, is to get out of the group. I believe this year, I'm not up on the World Cup rules. I should be. I'm not. I believe a certain amount of third place teams will be able to go through. I expect Canada to make it out of the group. Not even in the third place. I believe either, well, with Switzerland in there as well, and Bosnia's no pushover either, as you can ask some Italian fans out there. I do expect this team to come and, I mean, second in the group. That's what I'm expecting. So that's our team that's going to the World Cup, guys. Tell me what you think. Are there any more snubs out there that you might think deserve to be on the team that weren't picked? Is there anybody on the team that shouldn't be there? Yeah, let me know. We'll be watching all the games when the tournament starts. We'll be doing a show a week, pretty much taking, definitely a show after Canada games, and then whatever games suit our fancy that we want to discuss, or if any other news happens within the World Cup, we'll be right there. We've already discussed the ticket prices and how ridiculous it is. Again, as we're getting closer to the start of the World Cup, I started, maybe, you know what? I've said I'm never going down there, but let me see what kind of deals are out there. And you're just still looking at $800, $900 for tickets. So, and this isn't even this is just round robin games. I was looking for Ghana, Panama games. It's still 800, and I didn't even look if it was U.S. or Canadian funds. I didn't even look. I saw 800, and I just swipe. So, guys, if you're not subscribed to the podcast, subscribe to the podcast. Hit the bell. You get a notification every time we put out a show. Again, we're gonna do a show after every Canada game, and we're gonna do after. We'll pick a match of the day, and then maybe talk about that as well. But guys, subscribe to the podcast. We're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, and we are on TikTok at Football Weekly Pod, all one word, all across all social media platforms. So guys, that's our Canada national team for this upcoming World Cup. Again, are we excited? Any snubs? Anybody that shouldn't be there? Let us know in the comments. So guys, the World Cup starts in a couple of weeks. We start on the 12th of June. Against Bosnia at home in Toronto at 3 p.m. Hopefully I can get to watch the game. My company that I work for is pretty good at that stuff. So whenever Canada plays, someone can bring a box into the work. We set it up in the boardroom, and we can work from the boardroom and watch the game at the same time. So kudos to my job for allowing us to do that, especially if Canada is playing. So guys, I mean, for my friends and the guys that I know that play soccer, I mean, no one's really that excited about this World Cup, but I don't know. As it progresses, maybe guys will start watching more and more and more. But guys, again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.